Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And the other shoe has dropped at Warner Brothers. We're going to talk about the layoffs. 26% of Warner Brothers TV staff has been laid off. They're merging unscripted and animation.
Yeah, that's weird.
That makes no sense, but this is kind of the way Warner Brothers Discovery is. It's like we've got all this cheap unscripted content, and then they're going to try to roll it into HBO Max, and I don't know how this is gonna. I don't know how it's gonna work. I've given up on trying to figure it out. I know originally David Zaslav was coming in, and he was getting rid of stuff that we thought wasn't going to perform or was going to be brand damaging, and now they're just like, yeah, whatever, just throw it all overboard.
Yeah, it's weird what they're merging.
Yeah, so let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over almost 277,000 subs.
Yeah.
We're only like a dozen away, so if you could hit the subscribe button, that'd be great.
I don't know why we just keep stalling out now, but whatever.
I have theories. But our views are still pretty good. Anyway, let's talk about this after we talk about this. We're going to talk about this after we talk about this. Clownfish TV, zipper pouches, aka Bubbly Steve bag of holding. I think if we called it the Bubbly Steve bag of holding,
you can change it.
It would probably do better. We're offering 25 of these signed. Mama Sparkles is making these, and this is a way for you. People asked about getting our signatures. It's very hard to do that now with everybody all over the place, and people are like, oh my god, they got divorced.
No, we didn't.
Neon and Geeky are in different houses now.
That's right. That's what's happening now.
Yeah, she's phoning in from Portland. She moved to Portland. Right. She shaved her head and she dyed her hair blue.
Yeah, no,
she really didn't. She's right here.
I am. How do we know you didn't move to Portland and then dye what hair you had left blue?
Oh,
I mean,
that could be. That could be.
Why is it always on me?
Okay.
How sexist of you.
Anyway, let's talk about this. I'm gonna put a link in the comments. So I expected layoffs. I think there are going to be more. I think that DC Comics is not going to be spared. It seems like they're trying very hard now to make money. Something went down. They're going to be doing their comics digitally first and then offering them to retailers
I used that last night.
A month later. And Jim Lee's apparently trying to get the Image crew back together now to do some Batman comics to boost sales because Batman's the only thing that sells over there now.
But Batman's a fascist, and liking him makes you a fascist. So wait, so it's the only thing that sells right now, but Alan Moore is out there telling you not to buy Batman or you're a fascist.
All that sells is fascism. That's it, guys. That's it. So here we go. Warner Brothers TV layoffs per deadline. Studio cuts 26% of the workforce. Unscripted and animation divisions are merging functions. I don't even
weird.
I don't understand on what planet this is going to work. Warner Brothers is cutting more than a quarter of its workforce as part of the parent company's drive to cut costs. The studio is cutting 26%. Yikes of personnel, a total of 125 positions across scripted, unscripted, and animation.
Now, those aren't all the people that were laid off. There was only so many people were laid off, and then there's a bunch of positions they're not filling.
Yeah. Redundancies. We're phasing out your job.
They're just merging shit together to get rid of positions. That's what this is about. Let's be honest.
Yep. They said cuts are coming today. That would have been last night. This happened last night.
We told you it was coming.
Told you it was coming. Yeah, they said it was coming. The cuts come with a number of structural changes put in place by Chairman Channing Dungey, particularly in unscripted and animation. She called the move incredibly difficult as she pointed to a tumultuous time in the industry. And she puts a memo out there and talks about family and all that, and people just aren't having it. The television studio is the latest arm of Warner Brothers Discovery, forced to make cuts in order to save at least $3 billion. Comes after HBO and HBO Max laid off 14% of staff in August. It's not done yet, guys. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to try to get it done within the next couple of days.
Yeah, they said this should be the last big one. They think unless the people don't perform.
Oh, and also we're selling off this and that, and the total number of employees losing their jobs is 82, some 19% of the current workforce. While Dungey and her team are also not filling 43 vacant positions. There are 125. We're doing math here. 125 positions eliminated.
I told you that.
Yeah. So unscripted. On the unscripted side, which is going to be run by Mike Darnell, Unscripted and alternative television.
What's alternative television?
YouTube? I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know. There are some strategic changes. Companies combining the creative development and programming roles across Warner Horizon Unscripted. They have too many divisions. Like, look, okay, this is one thing I do agree with. It's Warner Brothers Television, but they've got like freaking 50 little umbrella companies underneath the main company. So yeah, Warner Horizon Unscripted Television, which is behind series such as The Voice and The Bachelor. And I think didn't Blake Shelton quit? He's quitting The Voice, I think.
I don't know. I don't watch it. So.
Oh, they previously produced the Ellen DeGeneres show. So we got these guys running Warner Horizons. The move comes after bringing together many of the division's back-end functions. Oh, God, yeah. This is blah, blah, blah.
Basically, they're
blah.
merging people together.
Yeah, they're merging people together. Scripted. Brett Paul remains president. This means something to Deadline. This means something to Hollywood people because they're like, that was my boss, and I hate him.
So basically, what they're doing is, you know how like you have a square, you have like a square hole and a big round ball, and they don't really go together. They're just shoving that big round ball into that square hole, and they're making them go together.
There was this one Chinese buffet.
What?
In my hometown. It was all Americanized Chinese food and also pizza. No, it was. They had this buffet and also pizza. It wasn't Chinese pizza.
It was regular American pizza.
It was American. It was like the Chef Boyardee pizza at like where you would get the kit and you'd make your own dough. It was like that. It was really awful pizza. Their Chinese food was pretty good, but the pizza was awful. Those two things did not go together well.
No, but they did try. They tried to make it that way. They couldn't decide the kind of restaurant they wanted, so they just decided on both.
It's just everything. Yeah, and I think they called it like I think it was called like the Chinese buffet plus American cuisine is pizza, which isn't technically, well, I guess our version of pizza is American. I don't know. I'm really confused.
I think everybody else is confused too.
Yeah, it was really confusing. That's why you don't cross the streams.
Shoving a round ball into a square hole better.
Yeah, anyway, some people, but some people prefer to shove the square in the round
hole. Yes.
Hole. Yeah. Anyway, it's too early for this. The scripted moves are a continuation of the TV group's changing business, particularly an increasing focus on streaming and cable, which they need to make cheaply. Mm-hmm. But this is where it gets, because I figured with David Zaslav in charge, it was going to be a lot of reality TV. Right. Because that's cheap. Here's where it gets concerning for our viewers in particular. In animation, Warner Brothers Television is bringing together some of the creative and programming teams with two of its three animation studios. They're going to merge Warner Brothers Animation and Cartoon Network Studios.
Well, it sounds like something that you said before.
They were talking about doing that 4 years ago. They were talking about merging, actually at the time, it was going to be Warner Brothers Animation, Cartoon Network Studios, Rooster Teeth, and Crunchyroll Originals. They were going to merge them all together under one roof, and then they just wound up selling off Crunchyroll and shutting down their originals, which were a terrible idea. The current programming, casting, legal, business affairs have worked across all three, including Hanna-Barbera Europe, and it's now going to bring together development and production teams at Warner Brothers Animation. 3 labels will continue to be run by Sam Register, but here's what's interesting, though. They're going to merge them, apparently merge them together, the unscripted and animation. The company said multiple projects remain in active production, including Velma, and development. And despite the restructuring, production output is relatively unchanged. So here's the memo.
It's a long memo. You're going to read the whole dang memo. It goes on and on and on. That's not a memo. That's a letter.
That's a missive. That's not a memo. We spend more time together than we do with most other people in our lives. Because of that, the loss is painful and difficult. For those impacted by the changes, I want you to know how grateful I am for your contributions. In some cases,
don't let the door hit you in the ass.
In some cases, spanning decades.
Oh crap! You've been here for decades, but your shit can now.
Pick up your free ham and brick of cheese at the exit. Get a free hat.
No one that costs money. They're not going to give you any of those things. Make sure you leave all your office supplies so we can repurpose them and not spend any more money.
Oh my God! When I got laid off,
give me your stapler.
Yeah, leave your stapler at the door. When I got laid off that one time, and I was with the company for a while, and I was God, they make you feel like a freaking thief.
Or criminal, yeah.
Or a criminal. They do. They're like, you need to be out of here by noon. You need to put all your shit in the box and get out of here. We're going to have somebody check your office, make sure you're not, stealing anything or breaking anything, and then we're going to escort you out the door. I'm like, I've been here for how long? If I was going to break shit, and I was in charge.
Actually, you were fixing the shit for them.
I was fixing the shit for them. Like, I was helping their IT department fix shit for them. It's like, if I was going to break shit, and I already knew it was coming. If I was going to break shit, I would have done it a long time.
And you would have done it in a way that they wouldn't have known about it till way after you were gone, and it was through the back door somehow on the computers.
So yeah, well, I'm gonna take this stapler. I'm gonna go up to HR. And I'm just gonna break it in half and say, "There, I broke your $5 stapler, you bitch. What are you gonna do about it? Fire me?" Yeah. Anyway, it's degrading. I mean, when they light people
woman
up.
wasn't the person the boss was sleeping with, was it?
Yes.
It was.
Yes.
But he was married.
Yes. Yeah, it's really complicated. So my boss, who was a CEO, made sure he was gone that week when he had his side chick lay everybody off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my life. It doesn't have anything to do with this. So yeah, this is, as you may have read yesterday, the head of Warner Horizon Unscripted Television informed us in the last few weeks she'd like to try something new with her career.
That's what they're calling it.
After a highly successful 22-year run at the company.
Right. She just wanted to leave after 22 years for no damn reason. Either she jumped ship because she knew it was going to go down, or they got rid of her. But this wasn't like I just suddenly up and decided that now's time for career change.
So this is like they're going to streamline animation. Oh my God, this is a memo.
I'm not even going to read the whole thing.
Why? Okay, here's the thing that gets me. This is for the people that are left. The people that are getting laid off don't give a shit who the bosses are anymore. Like, oh, good for you. You get to keep your job.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. But this is because they knew this was going to wind up in Deadline. They knew it was going to wind up on the Wrap.
It's for the media.
Yeah. As of this writing, all the impact conversations for Warner Brothers TV are completed. That's for Warner Brothers TV. Now we move on to other divisions of Warner, including DC Comics, including film. Rooster Teeth. You know, what's up with Rooster Teeth? Nobody seems to know what's up with Rooster Teeth.
That's a good point. But did you read this? They said about out of respect for our colleagues, we will not be distributing a list of those impacted because they knew it would end up on the news. Yeah. Your direct managers will provide you with information about roles changing within specific groups. Your PNC partner will be available as well to address any of your questions or concerns. Sucks to be those people. During this period of transition, please support each other and be gentle with one another.
Be gentle.
Don't kick our ass.
Be gentle as you get fucked over by corporate.
And don't come back after us.
I mean,
don't break your stapler in front of us.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I mean, look, this was gonna happen, and I'm sure she does feel bad. I'm sure they feel very bad.
I mean, it was like basically that you have to do what they're tell you to do.
Yeah, eye roll. Cuts will be made at lower levels of the division.
Yeah,
the executives never start with themselves. Very self. Well, I don't know. Zaslav went through and cut a bunch of executives right out of the gate, and CNN and execs love to say we're a family. And that's the furthest thing from the truth.
Also true.
You're an asset, expendable asset.
Very true.
I can't believe they eliminated the writer and director workshops. This program was really amazing for creating opportunities and cultivating.
Yeah, but you know what? It makes sense. Money. Yeah, it's not making money. It's just, oh, look, we can find some people to work on our shit cheap or something. But it wasn't really making money.
Said so far it's just HBO that's producing. Well, they are. I mean, with House of the Dragon especially, they're producing. But they're like, oh, they'll totally gut HBO too. Absolutely. Everyone with money in this town is now a producer. Everybody's anonymous. I do love these company-wide memos about our work family. I got laid off by Disney. Fuck these companies. Yeah, Disney, it was really interesting when the chips were down. Everybody went from being a family member, a cast member, part of the Disney family to get the hell out of here, employees.
You like this one. When is Zaslav going to clean out the fatted calf that is DC Comics?
This person, considering the annual revenue that DC Comics generates is equivalent to the profit from a single blockbuster movie, it has to be a matter of time before DC is sold, simply shut down, and the characters are licensed out to others to produce movies. And comic books, probably. I mean, they'll probably still handle the movies unless they have a couple of flops. I don't know how Black Adam's going to do, honestly. I have no idea. But yeah, the comic books, that people don't realize, like, they're like the comic book industry, the entire North American comic book industry brought in $1 billion this year. And so did one Marvel movie.
But even just that, I mean, they also are lumping in things that aren't really part of the American comic book industry that are brought in from overseas that are kicking its ass.
Yeah, exactly. Take manga out of it. I want to see the numbers without manga. And I want to see what the actual profit is. Okay, because that's the total sales. The total sales were $1 billion. What's the profit? If it was only $20 million, is it really worth it?
Right, because how much are they just dumping off places like Ollie's, which I was there the other day, tons of DC books, like DC books everywhere.
I think there's some, I mean, I don't know for sure. I've got a couple of friends who've worked at some of the smaller publishers who said that they actually buy their own books and then dump them off at Ollie's. So that it's like a win-win. It's like a write-off for them to dump those. I'm wondering if Marvel and DC aren't doing the same thing. I really do. Anyway, we're going to wrap this up.
Yes.
Went way longer than I thought it was.
Yes.
I mean, what else can we say? Lots of people getting fired at Warner Brothers.
It sucks.
It's a Wednesday. There's probably going to be more to come. Going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.